This is Zombie Woof at the schoolhouse from Excelsior Studio in West Virginia. Blue skies are.
The road trip where we were in San Francisco in 1990s, late 90s. My boys, three boys, were young teenagers. We went to Golden Gate Park, Cha-Cha-Cha, Mexican. We walked 6 or 8 blocks because it's east. And after a couple blocks, we were joined by a young man. He was 25-ish. He was like a healthy-looking guy, but he was really disheveled-looking, and he was drooling a bit. And obviously, he was there to panhandle us because he began walking along with us as we walked. And he was really friendly, and he was sort of doing a tour guide thing for us a little bit, and inquiring what we were doing, were we having a good time. I had this notion at the time that I was going to demonstrate to my boys how to handle the situation. They hadn't spent a lot of time in cities, and I like to think I know how. I've spent just enough time in cities. I grew up near Manhattan, but I also watched Yul Brynner explain it once to Johnny Carson, how not to get mugged, and it's pretty obvious, and it helps if you're Yul Brynner, but nevertheless, you walk through the city. You don't want to be all hesitant. You don't want to look like you're a tourist. So you don't want to keep looking up at the buildings, and if you're really determined to be left alone and not get pestered, mugged, or panhandled, no eye contact. Certainly don't speak to anybody, and you look like you know where you're going. You walk purposefully and at a healthy stride. So we were walking along, and I was going to demonstrate this. Just keep going, guys. And this guy kept with us. He kept with us ultimately for 3 blocks, and I'm sure I talked to him a little bit because you couldn't quite help it after he kept talking to you for 2.5 blocks. But ultimately, I said no, and I really regret it to this day. And it's because this guy was not only entertaining, but he had like an airtight case for why I should have given him $20. And I mean, this guy, right from the beginning, he was asking for money, and right from the beginning, he said he wanted to use it to buy beer. And on the 3rd block, he points across the street, and sure enough, there's a liquor store there. He said, "You see that liquor store? That's where I'm going to go buy the beer." And he's like, "I might even get more than beer. I mean, if you give me a 20, I'm going to get all the liquor I can because I'm an alcoholic, and I need alcohol." And it was the middle of the afternoon, and he was drooling a bit. But he didn't seem real drunk, so he probably really needed alcohol. And right there, I could have done him the favor. But no, I was all determined to make a demonstration of how to be, and I didn't. But he said, as we walked past the liquor store, he said, "I promise you, and in fact, you can stand here and watch. If you give me that 20, I will take it straight across the street. I will go into that liquor store. I will come out with $20 worth of liquor. That will, of course, support the local economy. You're a tourist here in the Haight in San Francisco. You must like the city. Surely you'd like to support it, and you're on vacation. We all know you've got $20 in your pocket for discretionary spending purposes. Don't you want to support the local economy?" And I said no. And I don't blame him. I mean, he turned and he walked about 10 feet into the street, and he turned back, and he said, "Fuck you, just fuck you." I mean, I don't know if I deserved that, but I felt bad about it ever since. Dude had an airtight argument. I mean, he should have gotten the money. I mean, I did want to support you know what? Live and learn. Live and learn. All your children are poor, unfortunate victims of systems beyond their control, a plague upon your ignorance, to the great despair of your ugly lives. Thanks, Frank. Peace be with you.